Hello and welcome to Sociology 1301, Introduction to Sociology. I'm Jack Harred and I'm going to be your instructor for this class. I want to welcome you to the class. I know that when many of you signed up for the class, it was not intended to be an online class, and I apologize for the change, but I'm glad that you guys stayed with me and didn't choose to drop the class when you found out it was going to be in an online format. Today I want to just welcome you, tell you a little bit about who I am and how I came to be the person that I am today. Things that I would do on the first day of class if we were face-to-face. And so, like I said, I want to tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about the class and my expectations. I want to give you some information that's going to be useful to you and hopefully help you be successful and have a good 5-week semester. This is a very compressed semester. The summer sessions are very intense, and so I just want to kind of give you some tips that I think will help you be successful, because certainly my goal is to teach you guys as much sociology as I can to get you to start thinking about things in a more critical manner perhaps than you have in the past. That's what college is supposed to do, is to provide you with the tools that will allow you to be successful in the business world and whatever career choice you make, to be a more responsible citizen, to be more informed about social issues. There are lots of things going on in the world today that certainly are very concerning. We've got racial tension across the country. We have discussions about the LGBT community and laws and how we should provide protections for all American citizens while at the same time respecting our identity as Americans. So there are a lot of different issues that we're going to talk about. These are in some cases kind of emotionally charged issues when we start talking about things like sexual harassment and sexual assault, white privilege and racial tension and all of these kinds of things. So I want to encourage you guys to think about these things, to debate them, to examine where you got your belief system, your current belief system. And certainly my goal is not to indoctrinate anyone, but certainly we want to try to make decisions and develop viewpoints that are based on research and a greater understanding, an openness to ideas that may not have been what we were taught when we were growing up. I mean, I grew up in East Texas, but many of the ideas that are embraced by my hometown community are not ideals that I embrace. So we can certainly grow beyond where we grow up and our upbringing. So education is a big part of that. We'll talk about how education can change the way that people interact with each other, and hopefully create a little bit better world for everyone. And so, as I said, my name is Jack Harred. I have a master's degree in sociology and a bachelor's degree in psychology. I thought I was going to be a computer science major when I went to college back in 1983, the fall of 1983. I was going to be a computer science major, but that lasted all of one semester. And, I decided that computer science was probably not going to be something that I'd want to do for the rest of my life. So I had taken a psychology class and I enjoyed that. So I took a couple of more psychology classes, and the next thing you know, I'm a psychology major. And I had a minor in sociology. And then when I was getting ready to graduate with my bachelor's degree, I was recruited by the department head of sociology to join the master's program and apply for an assistantship and admission into the master's program in sociology. And so I kind of fell in love with sociology. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I certainly had no idea that I would teach sociology. As a matter of fact, my graduate assistantship turned into a teaching position, and I was I had no intentions of teaching, but the department chair called me on the phone and asked me if I'd be willing to teach a couple of social problems classes. And I heard somebody say, yes, I can do that, although I felt disembodied from the voice because I would not have agreed. I didn't think I would ever agree to teach a sociology class. But I did, and about halfway through the semester, I realized I was really enjoying it, and I fell in love with the teaching experience. And so that's why 30 years later, I'm teaching sociology at Tarrant County College. So a couple of things that I want to say about Tarrant County College as an institution. I've taught at Louisiana State University, LSU. I've taught at Texas A&M Commerce. I taught at Northwestern State University of Louisiana in Natchitoches for a couple of years. I taught at Our Lady of the Lake College down in Baton Rouge as an adjunct for probably 7 or 8 years. So I've got a number of stops at different academic institutions, and I have to tell you guys that Tarrant County College is the institution that is most committed to student success out of all the places that I've been before. So I think you're in a great place, and I want to encourage you and tell you that I think you've made a great decision going to TCC because the faculty at TCC and the administration really are committed to helping you guys get the educations that you need and the experiences that you need to change not only your lives but the lives of your family members, because they are impacted. When you're able to make more money, you're able to provide better opportunities for your children, to provide different experiences, to travel and to come in contact perhaps with other cultures and things of that nature, and those are invaluable experiences. So I want to start off by just showing you the textbook and talking a little bit about the class. We are going to be using Richard Schaefer's 13th edition of Sociology, A Brief Introduction. You will see the name of that on your syllabus, which I sent to you guys in an email earlier. If you didn't get that email, please holler at me and let me know, and I'll get you a copy of the syllabus. But I've also posted it in the announcements on WebAdvisor, I believe. So, and that will be the primary way that I communicate with you guys, or one of the primary ways. Certainly, the announcements section of WebAdvisor will be a great way for us to communicate. Plus, we'll have occasion to visit a blog, a class blog, where I will pose questions to you guys and you can answer or pose questions of your own. We can just kind of have a conversation there. That doesn't completely suffice in terms of, taking care of the face-to-face interactions that we'd have in a face-to-face class, but it does allow us to share ideas and talk about things and question things and get better understandings of things that perhaps I did not do a good job of explaining in my video lectures. I will be posting video lectures in WebAdvisor as well. And so here are some tips that I think can help you if you're thinking about your success in this class. The first thing that I would recommend is that you read. Read. I can't overemphasize that. And unfortunately, in our high schools today, and even when I was a high school student, a lot of my classes did not really challenge me very much, and I didn't have to read as closely and as intensely as I did when I became a college student. So when I'm saying that you really need to read the chapters in the textbook, I don't mean just open the pages and, kind of breeze through it. I want you to think about each paragraph. As you're reading that paragraph, how do all the ideas tie together? How are they linked together? And how does one paragraph lead into the next paragraph? And it's really a depth of understanding that you don't get from just breezing through a chapter very quickly. It's something that you need to slow down. Even if you're a speed reader, you need to slow down and not just take the words into your brain, but think about it. Sit and think about these different concepts and these different relationships that we see in society, and analyze those in an objective way, not having knee-jerk emotional reactions. For example, if we see people protesting and those protests turn violent, we might be frightened by that, and we might be angered by that, particularly if we have a business and that business has been vandalized by protesters or something. There is a knee-jerk reaction to say, well, those protesters, we need to crack down. We need a law and order political process where we can prosecute these people who are destroying other people's property. And certainly law and order is important in any society. It's a part of the social contract. But we also might want to ask the question, are the people who are violating the social contract the protesters, or are they people in politics and who make decisions in our everyday lives that affect us? Are they the ones who violated the social contract, perhaps by treating people unfairly? Okay. So, we see a lot of images on the television. We hear a lot of opinions about this group's advantaged, that group's disadvantaged. We need to look further than the emotional reactions that all of those things produce, and we need to look at the evidence. Let's look at the data. And that's really what sociology is all about, is really kind of looking beneath the surface to see what's going on beneath the surface. So we'll talk more about that here momentarily, but like I said, the first thing, if you want to be successful in this class, you need to be willing to read the textbook, because a lot of our common sense knowledge, we're going to find out, is really not so common, and it's not based in reality in a lot of cases. We're told things, we grow up seeing the world in a certain way, but the media are influenced by wealthy people. Wealthy people own the movie studios and the news departments at various channels and networks and things of that nature. So we have to always question, what is the source of this information? Where is it coming from? Who is producing it? And do they have an agenda? And everybody has an agenda to some extent, so we can look a little deeper and try to explore where we got the understandings that we have about how the world operates. And that's what really sociology is all about, is helping you to develop a toolkit that will allow you to listen to someone who's presenting a particular argument and say, well, do I think that argument makes sense, or is this person full of it? Okay, so certainly reading the textbook is very important. I would also recommend, particularly if you're having trouble understanding a particular concept, that you look at YouTube videos. Go to YouTube and look at crash course sociology videos. There are about 41 or 2 of these videos that have been posted by Nicole Sweeney, and they do a fantastic job. All of these videos are about 9.5 minutes long, much shorter than the videos that I will be posting, but they do a really good job of explaining the 3 sociological perspectives, all the different concepts that we're going to be talking about this semester are mentioned in some of those videos. So, I highly, highly recommend the crash course videos, because they do a really phenomenal job of sharing information and breaking things down. If you watch some of my videos and there's something that doesn't resonate with you, doesn't make sense, needs further clarification, use the blogs, use the email. I've also given you guys my mobile phone number, my cell number. And so texting or even calling me on the phone during, appropriate hours. Now, you can text pretty much any time, but certainly phone calls probably need to be restricted to before 8 o'clock or so. I'll be up after 8 o'clock usually, but even though I'm an old guy, I'll be up later than that. But I probably won't be in a frame of mind to think, sociologically at that point. I'll be getting ready to retire for the evening before too late. So let's communicate as much as you guys need to communicate in order to clarify anything that I don't adequately explain. Okay, so There's also a number of other sources, Quizlet. There are other YouTube videos besides Crash Course Sociology videos that are very helpful. Quizlet is a website. If you just go to www.quizlet.com, you will find a number of resources there where people have created flashcards and written sample test questions. I don't have test questions there, but a lot of people using our textbooks have written test questions there and study guides and things of that nature. I will be providing a study guide for each of our exams, and that will help you as you get ready for the examinations. Keep in mind that this is a class that if we were face-to-face, we'd be meeting 4 days a week for 3 hours each day. So it is an intense experience, and we will be covering a lot of ground. My goal is to have all of these videos for the first unit up by Sunday night. Today is Saturday, so I'm getting ready right now for that. So I'll have all those videos posted tomorrow evening, hopefully, for the first unit, the first 3 chapters at least, and that will prepare you guys for the first exam. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get in subsequent videos here. Okay, as I said, I do have the syllabus posted. And there may be times when I need to revise the syllabus a little bit if we're not moving as quickly through the material, if students aren't getting the concepts to the level that I think we need to get it. It is possible that I might have to change things a little bit, but I always give you notice when I change things. I don't do it in a vacuum. I talk to you guys. I usually get you involved in the decision-making process about what we might need to cut out or change or whatever. Okay, so welcome again to the class. My goal, I have several goals, but one of my major goals is always to be fair to my students and to provide them with an opportunity to be successful. And so I will be available to you guys to try to help you learn the material. I will also serve as a source if you need information about who to contact on campus for various services and things of that nature as we start trying to reopen campus. With the virus, the threat of the virus, that's a threat that's not going to go away anytime soon. Of course, we know that in Texas right now, the cases are mounting. We're seeing record numbers of infections on a daily basis. So first and foremost, I think, is for you guys to be very careful and protect yourselves and protect your family members because we don't want to, my parents are aging. My dad's 84 and my mom is 73. And I've seen them, I think I've seen them once since the virus has begun to spread, simply because I am uncomfortable with the idea that I could go around my parents and be asymptomatic, but perhaps be carrying the virus and transmit that to my elderly parents who then could suffer some real health consequences. Not that younger people can't experience health consequences too. We're finding out that, certainly, yes, it affects older people and people with pre-existing medical conditions more severely for the most part, but there are exceptions to that. Young, healthy people can get sick and have very serious complications from this virus. So it's important that we wait until we find out more about this infection and how to deal with it. And in the meantime, we need to keep ourselves and our family members safe as we're learning more about the virus and how to deal with it. Okay, the new normal is definitely going to be different from the old normal, where we didn't really think about getting ill and transmitting that illness to loved ones who might perish from a very serious illness. Okay, so welcome to the class. I look forward to the semester. I think it's going to be a great semester. It is requiring us all to make some adjustments in our lives, but we're going to get through this, and we're going to figure out how best to deal with this going forward. We're going to develop new treatments. We're going to develop perhaps some vaccines that will help. There are concerns, I think, about how long the antibodies protect you and provide immunity against this illness. It seems like it's a fairly short period of time, so you could become ill with it again in a few months or maybe in a year or two. So we don't really know exactly how much protection our immune system is going to provide against this infection right now. So stay safe. Take care of yourselves and contact me if there's anything that you need. I did see that on our website today that there are still funds available to help students who need technology, who have technology needs to be able to complete the online classes. So if you'll go to the website and if you need a laptop or a tablet or something, I think the college is providing those, and there's a form that you can fill out. If you can't find the form, then please contact me, and I'll do what I can to try to get that information to you so that you can get your needs met so you can be successful this semester. Okay, so welcome to Sociology 1301. Let's have a good semester. Thank you.